I make a living trading using one simple strategy. This strategy is not only extremely simple to use and understand, but it's also helped me solve 90% of my trading problems. I used to wonder, how can I actually catch real high probability trades consistently? In this video, I will share a full, simple trading system that completely changed my trading, and then I'll show you live examples of how I implement this system in real time. Alright, it's important to mention that it took me 3 years to become profitable. Trading is not a get-rich-quick business. However, using the systems I will teach you in this video, you can see I've made $200,000 in profit back in 2024, and even last week alone, these are my profit results straight from Interactive Brokers itself, and every single trade that I've taken over the last 2 years has been live in front of thousands of traders, and this way they can not only see the wins, but also the losses in real time, so they know exactly how the system I will teach you works. And therefore, by the end of this video, I'll explain how my trading system helps me find low risk but high reward trades. It helps me identify high probability trades, which is very important because we want low risk trades, but we also want to keep our win rate constant. And most importantly, we want a repeatable and simple, profitable system. In my opinion, my system is extremely simple to understand whether you're a beginner trader or an advanced trader, and most importantly, it's very repeatable using 3 simple steps. And this way, I can personally get rid of the confusion for my trading. I can stop overthinking every single trade or every single small move in the markets, because once I enter a trade, I have a clear level for my stop loss and profit target, and therefore I do not have to overthink on my trades anymore. And this way, all I have is a clear system that I can follow on a consistent basis that has helped me remain a consistent trader over the last 7 years. Now, with this being said, one of the main questions you should ask yourself is, why does it take most traders years to become profitable? You may have heard traders say it takes them 5 years, 3 years, 2 years, or even a year to become profitable. So why does it take so long? Well, the reality is they are stuck in the same cycle, and they keep repeating the same mistakes every single time they see a little bit of consistency, and therefore they keep failing. And this is why, if I knew these 3 key mistakes that 90% of traders make, I would have become profitable a little bit faster. And this is why in this video, I want to make sure you understand these mistakes so you can avoid them and see a little bit more consistency in trading. So what is mistake number 1? Well, mistake number 1 is most traders try to become profitable fast, and all they end up doing is, because they are looking for profits, this slows down their progression to actually become a consistent trader. Even for myself, 7 years ago, I kept losing trades. This is a screenshot from my broker 7 years ago where I essentially blew up my entire account and lost $15,000 in a single day because I kept chasing the profits in trading. And the reality is, the more you chase money as a trader, the more money you will lose because you're not focusing on the most important parts. And this is to focus on the process. The more faster you try to make money with trading, the longer it will take. You need to have a well-defined and clear plan that you can consistently execute to become a profitable trader. In this video, I'll teach you that same simple 3-step process that helped me become profitable and eliminate the noise out of my trading. Then I'll show you 1 year of historical data so you can see exactly how it performs. The exact system that I'm going to teach you today, not only will I show the win rates, but I'll show how I was able to grow a small account using the system that I will teach today. Now, for mistake number 2, most traders overcomplicate trading, and this is why they remain unprofitable. If you've watched any of my previous videos before, I always say complication equals unprofitability and simplification equals profitability. And let's be honest, you've probably watched hundreds of trading videos like this before on YouTube or social media, and you keep trying to find these profitable strategies or these indicators that you think will hopefully make you profitable. And therefore, you watch so many different videos and you have so many different strategies that you know, and this is why you're now stuck, because this is how your chart looks. It's completely unreadable with the amount of indicators you have. You don't even know what strategy you're using anymore. You're just hoping when you enter a trade, it hopefully goes in your direction, but truly, you don't even know what works because you don't have a repeatable and consistent system. So unlike you think, you may have watched all of these these YouTube videos and think that you have a lot of information, but the problem is you may even have correct information, but you have no plan on how to execute it. You have no idea how to create a real plan that can consistently work. And this is exactly what happened for me until I realized that one simple trading approach changed my trading more than the thousands of trading videos that I watched, because then I was able to simplify my trading as a beginner trader, and this helped me reach a lot more consistency than using complex systems and strategies. And finally, like I said, there's 3 mistakes that I want to talk about in this video. For mistake number 3, however, I will reveal this mistake and also the answer on how to fix it at the end of the video, because this is the most important mistake that I see traders making, and I need to show you real examples to actually show you how to fix this mistake. Now what I will do is show you my entire break and retest system, exactly how it works, and I will show you real examples of exactly how I execute it in real time. And then at the end of the video, I'll show you the exact results of what happened with a 1-year backtest of this exact system over hundreds of trades. So now I'm going to show you the exact way this strategy works and how to execute it in real time. This is called the 1 candle system, and the goal of my strategy is that I can become a consistent trader and trade for about 90 minutes a day, because that is truly all I trade. Now, the absolute first thing you want to do for this strategy is get to your desk at 9:30 a.m. Eastern every single day. We trade the New York Stock Exchange Open, which opens at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, and that's when I get to my desk to actually execute this system. And once again, it doesn't matter if you're trading stocks, options, futures, forex, or crypto. This system works with any market or instrument you're trading, but you have to make sure you're trading it at the right time, and this will be 9:30 a.m. Eastern, and we will only trade for the first 90 minutes of the day. Now, for step 1, all we have to do is coming into the day, we don't draw out any levels. This system is extremely simple and clear. We want to wait for the trend to develop during the day. For step 1, all we're going to do is play out the chart, and remember, I'm going to show you the full results of the strategy if you traded it over a year, but so far we can see the market has dropped right off of the open here, but now we're seeing a little bit of a bounce. Buyers brought it up back above high of day, showing that the bulls are strong, and therefore buyers have overpowered sellers within the first 15 minutes of the market open. Now, for us in step 1, all we had to do was wait for the trend to develop. In this example, the trend has developed because it shows a low, a higher low, and then it shows a high and a higher high, which shows that the market is of course bullish. So now we need to go to step 2. For step 2 of this example, this is the 1 candle system. So all we have to do is mark out the highest down close candle in an uptrend. I'm going to show you exactly how the strategy works with the downtrend as well, but for step 2, all we need to do is we can see the highest down close candle in this example is this one right here, right at 9:30. So for us, all we have to do is mark out the high all the way to the bottom. We draw out this rectangle box and we simply move it over. Now, it's important to understand what this actually means for us. The reason we mark this out is because when buyers are stepping into a stock, we know that there is unfilled liquidity at this down close candle. And therefore, when we come back into this area, this is where buyers will need to hold the stock as a level of support for the continuation move back to the upside. So this is going to be a high probability entry area for us, along with a very low risk, as we're not buying the breakout. We're buying the pullback, and we have very clear risk at the bottom of this trade. And finally, for step 3, how do we enter? Where's our profit target and where's our stop loss? Well, let's play out this trade a little bit more and let's see if we can get that retest entry on this trade. And right here, you can see we are retesting this trade and a little bit of buyers are stepping up near this area. So how would we enter into this trade? Well, for this trade, what we would do is we would look to enter in here. Our stop loss would be a break of the 1 candle rule, which would be all the way down here, right? The break of the down close candle. And our profit target needs to be at least a 2R multiple. 2R multiple comes near the 625 whole psychological number. So that's where our profit target will be. This is a 2.2 risk to reward trade, which means for every $100 of risk, we would make $200 of profit. So what we're going to do is enter into a buy position here. We're risking about $85 to make about $100 $278 if this trade does work. And just like that, within 4 candles, you can see this trade worked out very nicely, and it was a very simple trade that we were able to execute 30 minutes into the market open, and now I would be done my day using the 1 candle system. Now, this was the first example. This was a bullish example, but now let me go over and show you the bearish example as well. Okay, here we are on our second trade, and this is going to be a bearish example because we can not only make money for a move to the upside, but we can also make money if the stock is moving down potentially as well. Now, in this example here, what do we see? Well, for step 1, we can see we waited for that clear trend. That trend is to the downside, and we are moving down on this stock. For step 2, we now have to mark out the area of interest or our entry level. If we are moving to the upside, it will be the highest down close candle that we want. However, in this example, we're moving to the downside. Therefore, this will be the lowest up close candle. The lowest up close candle or the lowest green candle is this one right here at 936. So we can mark out the high to the low of this candle. All we want to see the stock do now, retest, and then show that continuation move back to the downside. So this is something that's very important to mention. If the stock is moving to the upside, you would mark out the highest down close candle. If the stock is moving to the downside, you will mark out the lowest up close candle. Now for step 3, we simply have to wait for an entry to occur with weak price action. If you don't know how to read price action, I have a full in-depth course going over how to read price action in the playlist in the description. But as you can see here, we came back into this area, and now this candle is showing bearish price action because we're closing back below the 1 candle rule. Our stop loss once again is just a break of that 1 candle rule, and we need at least a 2R multiple. 2R multiple comes near the 255 whole psychological number, which means if we're risking $1,000 on this trade, we should make $2,130. Now, let's see exactly how this trade plays out and if we hit our profit target. And just like that, you can see we entered into this trade at 942, and we were already done the day at 950 by following the system and making trading extremely simple. Now, I'm going to show you one more example so you understand exactly how I use the system in real time, and this is going to be an important example. And after that, I'll show you what happens after a 100 trade backtest using this exact system. All right, here we are on our last example, and on this example, like we said, for step 1, all we have to do is open up the day and see which way the market is trending. Here we can see for step 1, we waited for the trend to confirm. Here we can see a low, a higher low. We can also see a high and a higher high. Now for step 2, we have to mark out, because this is an uptrend, highest down close candle. This at 934 is the highest down close candle that we can mark out. So we're simply going to mark that out and move the box over. And now we know for this example, all we need is a break above, a retest, and continuation. If you watched my other videos before as well, you can also see this is the 5-minute opening range. So not only is this the 1 candle system, but this is the first candle system as well. And both of these are combined. But let's see if we can actually get an entry now based off of this setup that has presented itself. Okay, so right here we can see buyers stepped in. We're now coming back for the retest, and we do see some up close candles here showing that buyers are stepping in. This is where we would look to go long on the trade. Our stop loss, once again, a break of this down close candle, and our profit target needs to be at least a 2R multiple. In this example, this comes near the 448 key area. Now we can enter into a long position here, and we're risking about $1,890 for about $3,740 in potential profits. So let's see exactly how this trade plays out and if we do end up hitting our profit targets. And you can see for this trade right here, we were able to hit our profit target as well. We were done the day at around 10:11, meaning in about 40 minutes, we were done the day by simply understanding how to use the 1 candle system. And of course, this exact trade was taken live in real time in front of thousands of traders in the Accelerator and Traders Lab, where I live trade every day to help traders learn and see how I execute these setups in real time. Now, with this being said, I said I was going to show you the full results of this system if you traded it over 100 trades. So let me show you the exact results of this system. So like I said, I want to show you guys the results over a 100 trade basis. Here we took 126 trades and we started this account with $5,000. It resulted in $106,000 with a 65% win rate, a 4R profit factor, a 77% daily win rate, and a 2.2 average win to loss trade. Now I want to show you this because I want to mention every strategy has losses. However, I want to be completely transparent experiment with the results of this system and what would happen if I executed it over a long period of time. With this being said, if you want more information on this system, or if you want to learn how to start trading from absolutely scratch as a beginner, make sure to click the video on screen now or the link in the description, which is a full playlist going over everything I've learned in the last 7 years of trading. If this video helped you, make sure to leave it a like. If you have any questions, put them in the comments down below. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram and Twitter for more education, and I will see you next week with a brand new video.